What is up, guys? So I am back and ready to teach you something cool. So I was thinking Halloween's coming up, so over the next week or so I'm going to try and teach 3 really good tricks for Halloween which be perfect to go out and perform. I always remember when I was a kid trick-or-treating, and especially my neighbour I live by used to go to their house, be like trick or treat, and they used to go, show me a trick. And I was there going, not a clue, I just want chocolate and sweets. But if you have the same situation now, then I'm going to show you a trick with a pack of cards today, which you can go out and do straight away. Maybe not straight away, you might need to get something for it. But first, let's have a look at the performance, and then I'll teach you how it works. Okay, so that's a little performance of what is called the Haunted Deck. Now, the Haunted Deck, all you need is an ordinary pack of cards. Just for this trick, I've used the Black Bicycle Ghost cards because, you know, a little bit Halloween-y, that little theme, so something dark, looks a little bit more spooky. And you are going to need something that is called invisible thread or invisible loops. So you can pick these up off eBay or Amazon for next to nothing. I think now they do 7 for $5. So it really is nothing. Now what invisible thread is very thin piece of thread. You can see it against my body. It's very hard to see. Against this white background you can see it very easily. So this is the secret to the effect. So to do this effect, you're going to take one of those loops and wrap it around your hand. So I've changed the lighting so you should be able to see it across my wrist. Now when you take one of these out, it is really fragile and very easy to break. You will break loops very quickly. So when you take it out, I'm just going to wrap it with my 2 fingers. It will only stretch about that distance to start off with. Any further than that, it will rip. So the good way to kind of warm up the thread and loosen it, make it stretch a bit more, is just do these little circle motions with the thread. So I'm going to put it against the wall so you can see it now. And then after a few of these, you'll be able to feel the stretching point. You can see if I go any further than that, I know now it's going to snap. So I'm going to be doing those kind of circles for a little bit and keep on building it up, and then eventually I can get a little bit longer now, and so on so on. So you want to do that for maybe 5 minutes or so before using thread, and it'll just loosen up that thread so it becomes more stretchy and you can do the trick a lot easier as well. Okay, so how this trick works, it can be completely impromptu. I always carry thread with me when out and performing for gigs and stuff. Now you are going to have to be careful on what clothing you wear with thread and also the lighting. You've got a very bright light that could be shining directly on that thread. It will give a reflection. At the moment I'm in a fairly dull room, so it's not very easily seen. However, I'll put it very close to my top. You might be able to get a glimpse of it. So with the white top, if I had a black top on, you wouldn't be able to see it because the thread is black. And you can see it just on my hand as well. Now bear in mind, if you're out doing this on Halloween, it is going to be dark. So your perfect situation. Dark cards, it's up to you, it doesn't matter. So to perform this trick, grab a relatively new deck of cards. That way they can slide a lot easier. An older deck can get a bit sticky and it's going to take more pressure on the thread, meaning it could snap a lot easier. So you've got the thread wrapped around your wrist now. And to perform this effect, what you are going to do, you can do it in a spectator's hands or in your own hands or on a table. So you get the spectator to shout stop wherever they want. Whilst they're looking at the card, or you show them the card, your thumb is going to grab that thread and wrap it around the rest of the deck now. So now that thread is completely wrapped around the deck. They're looking at it, you take the card back. Now I've got it wrapped around this way round. You could have it wrapped that way round, it's entirely up to you. I think it'd be a bit easier this way round though. So when you take that card back, you're pushing it against the thread now. So if I let go of that card now, you'll see it, how it just pops out because of the thread. So you're pushing it in, applying a bit of pressure. You want to put it in towards the top half of the deck, so then that way you haven't got as many cards to push over. With the thread, less pressure again. So I'll put it about 3/4 of the way up. As soon as I put that card down, this is where all you have to do to big this trick up is the presentation. If you've got shadows on the ground, and you can use your shadow of your hand, if I lay that in my hand or a spectator's hand, if I move my hand that way, the rest of the deck will pull this way and that card will come out to the side. Sometimes it flies out, sometimes it goes out slow. That just depends how quick you want to do it. So I'm going to try and balance this in my hand. So if I move this hand this way, now you can see how the deck, you want to really big this motion up though. Really big this up. So really slow, pretend that you're controlling it with the hands. Don't make it too obvious that you're pulling a thread. Make some magical gestures, pull, pull, and that card will fly out to the side, and it'll be the spectator's cards. All you have to do for the cleanup now is pretty much just pull that deck out, and the thread now wraps back around my hand here, and you can give them the cards to check or whatever. It's a really good trick, nice and easy to perform as well. So thread isn't always reliable because you can snap it if you're not used to it. So what I recommend doing is having one loop between each hand. And the first time you perform this effect, force a card. So let's say it's the 8 of clubs. We're just going to do a quick riffle force. They shout stop. Perfect. Whilst they're looking at that card, then you get the loop presented. Let's say if the loop at this motion now snaps, you're looking like a little bit weird, and they're going to be looking at you going, what's going on? So because now you force that card, you can go into a mentalism effect, so you can pretend to read their minds, and you've got that backup loop. If you do want to try it again later on, you can do. So just bear that in mind, that you might want to force a card first when doing this effect. That way, if the loop does break, you've got a backup trick on you. So, hope you enjoyed that, guys. That is going to be the first Halloween effect of this week. I'll try to teach you a few others as well. I got one really cool one which Dynamo uses a lot, and I think you'll enjoy it as well. Well, I hope you do. If you don't, it don't matter. Some people like it, some people don't. It doesn't matter. I'll see you guys again very soon.